What if the United States disappeared from the map? The ramifications of such a disappearance would be profound and far-reaching, affecting nearly every aspect of global life. Economically, the absence of the world's largest economy would send shockwaves through global trade, financial markets, and investment patterns. The US dollar, which serves as the world's primary reserve currency, would no longer underpin global financial stability, leading to currency crises and a scramble among nations to establish new monetary systems. Key industries from technology and pharmaceuticals to entertainment and agriculture would face disruptions. Major global corporations headquartered in the US, such as Apple, Microsoft, and Pfizer, would cease operations, leading to a massive loss of jobs and economic output worldwide. Supply chains dependent on American innovation and production would collapse, causing shortages and economic turmoil. The global economy would likely plunge into a deep recession, with countries scrambling to adapt to the sudden loss of American economic influence. Militarily, the disappearance of the United States would drastically alter global security dynamics. The US maintains numerous military bases and alliances across the world, providing a security umbrella that many nations rely on. Without the US military presence, regions like Europe, East Asia, and the Middle East would experience increased instability. NATO, heavily dependent on American military power, would be fundamentally weakened, potentially emboldening adversarial nations. The absence of US military deterrence could lead to an arms race, with nations seeking to fill the power vacuum. Global counterterrorism efforts, heavily coordinated and funded by the US, would face significant setbacks, potentially leading to a resurgence of terrorist activities. Additionally, the loss of American technological and logistical support would hamper international peacekeeping missions, making it harder to manage conflicts and humanitarian crises. Artistically and culturally, the world would lose a major source of innovation and influence. American cinema, music, literature, and fashion have shaped global culture for decades. Hollywood, as the epicenter of the film industry, produces content consumed by billions worldwide. The disappearance of American movies, TV shows, and music would create a cultural void, with no single nation likely able to fill the gap. The global music industry would lose genres pioneered in the US, such as jazz, rock, and hip-hop. Literary contributions from American authors that have profoundly impacted global thought would cease. Fashion trends often set by American designers would no longer influence global style. The disappearance of American cultural exports would lead to a less diverse global cultural landscape, with fewer innovations and cross-cultural exchanges. Socially, the loss of the United States would impact global progress in civil rights and social justice. The US has historically been a leader in promoting democratic values, human rights, and social equality. Movements that started in the US, such as the Civil Rights Movement, women's liberation, and LGBTQ+ rights, have inspired similar movements worldwide. The absence of American advocacy and support for these causes would slow progress in many regions. Countries relying on American NGOs and aid for social development programs would struggle to continue these initiatives. Furthermore, the US has been a destination for immigrants seeking better opportunities, contributing to a dynamic and diverse society. The loss of this destination would impact global migration patterns and the cultural richness that comes with it. Politically, the disappearance of the United States would lead to a significant realignment of global power structures. As a founding member of numerous international organizations, including the United Nations, NATO, and the World Trade Organization, the US has played a pivotal role in shaping global governance. Without American leadership, these institutions would face crises of legitimacy and effectiveness. Countries might vie for increased influence, leading to geopolitical tensions and rivalries. The balance of power would shift, potentially giving rise to regional hegemonies and a multipolar world order. The absence of American diplomatic efforts in conflict resolution and peace negotiations would leave many global issues unresolved, exacerbating regional conflicts and instability. Environmentally, the world would lose a major player in the fight against climate change. The United States has been both a significant contributor to global emissions and a leader in environmental innovation and policy. American research institutions and companies have driven advancements in renewable energy, conservation, and sustainable practices. The absence of U.S. participation in international climate agreements such as the Paris Accord would weaken global efforts to combat climate change. Countries would have to find new ways to collaborate on environmental initiatives without American leadership and funding. This could slow progress in reducing emissions and mitigating the impacts of climate change, with dire consequences for the planet. Culturally, the disappearance of America would mean the loss of a major hub of diversity and creativity. The United States has been a melting pot of cultures where ideas from around the world converge and evolve. This unique cultural environment has spurred countless innovations in art, science, and technology. The loss of this cultural crucible would diminish the global exchange of ideas and creativity. Festivals, museums, and cultural institutions that have hosted and promoted international talent would no longer exist, leading to a more insular and less dynamic global cultural scene. The disappearance of American soft power, through which cultural diplomacy has promoted mutual understanding and cooperation, would also have far-reaching implications for international relations. In conclusion, the hypothetical disappearance of the United States would lead to profound changes across political, economic, technological, cultural, social, artistic, and military domains. The world would lose a major source of innovation, leadership, and cultural influence, leading to a less dynamic, less stable, and less interconnected global community. The absence of American influence would pose significant challenges to global governance, economic stability, technological progress, social justice, artistic expression, military security, and environmental sustainability. What is your opinion? Do you think the world would be better or worse without America? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.